great start.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they decide to do, how they decide to open this up, if they want it to be fast-paced and aggressive. And you know who is going to be is Fur. We know this player, one of the most aggressive we have, pushed up, trying to get some information, and he does feel a little bit of pressure. Maybe hears some footsteps, falls back immediately. But FaZe starting to push up as well.
Taking over some real estate quite early on. Toilets being tended for. Fur on the other side, still supported by Fallen and Phelps, however. They haven't fully backed away yet, SK. They still want a little bit of the look into this. You can see the peak comes out, the first bit of contact's made. Fur now has to make his mind up. He has friends in the right places. Fallen being one, and now they fall off.
Yeah, such tough angles for FaZe to work with. Now, great aggression. Fallen finds one, and yeah, they can dip back into the bomb site. Smokes are up. A lot of pressure on that A bomb site. Actually, they're going to fall all the way back. They're going way, way back towards Connector, down the stairs as well. Kerrigan's leading the way. We saw this. D's decisive calls from FaZe. They can wreak so much havoc all the way to the B bomb site already.
This is the cross. Oh, the shutdown. Taco, coldzera, landing 2 clean kills, keeping this one firmly favorable so far. But look at the HP now. Taco, coldzera a little low. Nico's on the prowl too. If Alu can just stay alive, that's the integral factor. He needs to buy time somehow. There's threats left, right, center. He can't find his fight. And now it's on Nico. I wouldn't put it past him. The defuse is coming in as we speak. It's too little too late. SK Gaming hold their nerve and the defuse.
Yeah, I mean, that's the same kind of idea that FaZe ran against Team Liquid, is get back to that other bomb site so quickly, and it demolished them, but SK is a whole new level. Taco, they get back to that B bomb site just in time, and there's no utility to cross over to the site. Alu, I mean, smart play from him, fair to him. Just get the bomb planted, get your team the extra money. Nico's on the other side of the map, no chance of him getting back to you in time to help out. So a good pistol round from SK. There's the Deagles out, and a chance for Nico. Fires off one, and you know that's a scary noise if you're on SK. For more. But Fur and Fallen playing it pretty passively, a little bit farther back. Individual though, chance here for some pickoffs from FaZe.
They're a team who can get it as well. They can run on this. Fur though, nice angle. Quite deep into this, expects the second well. Kerrigan's not going to hope in hell at that, does he? And he's farming away. If that aggression starts to pay off, you know he's going to go for more.
Yeah, this is actually kind of a disaster if you're the FaZe side. Some investment, not a whole lot, because you're going to get that plant down. You're going to go for the buy in the next round more than likely anyways. But I mean, not even clearing that corner Fur, that's too easy. That's a lot of money he's built up. Alu with the Deagle trying to find anything he can, but no more peeking from the SK side of things. Why risk it? Oh, what a shot.
That's why you don't risk it.
Yeah, that's why you don't do it. But Fur is the player who's going to do it no matter what, isn't he?
Yeah, and he knows Fallen's got his back. SK not going to let anything spiral or get scary in this phase. Now just Keo with the USPS. I don't know how much he's going to get away with. There's already 2 players very close by. We've heard all of this. And the kill should be right about now. There it is, Fallen. Going to shut down round 2 and get 2 on the board for SK here. A good start for these guys.
Yeah, but it's going to be a fast start for FaZe as well. AK-47's all purchased up. We knew it with that plant. SK knows it's coming as well. Because they invested in some Deagles, some upgraded things in the previous round, though, they are a little bit light on utility. They don't have a whole lot to play with, so you imagine this would be somewhat aggressive from the FaZe side. 1 smoke and a Molotov on Alu, Molotov on Kiyoshima as well. He's going to be outside the B bomb site. He's already used that. 2 flashbangs, and there's a scout tag onto Nico. He's brought down to about half HP.
See coldzera and Taco, as we see on the X-ray, just pushing a little in towards short. They're going to try and keep control of the start on this map. They have no one in towards underpass, so FaZe retain control of this. Taco is here and coldzera's eyeing up too. This is going to be a very, very hectic round if it did crunch towards B, but it doesn't look like it so far. FaZe turning attention.
Still keeping track of their economy. 1 smoke, 1 flash remaining. Haven't decided where to use it quite yet. This is great map control, though, from the SK side of things. They're really controlling the short sewers. Rain is clearing out bathrooms towards the A bomb site at the moment. He's got Kerrigan with him, so they've at least got a staging area. But at some point, it's just going to have to be visceral. It's going to have to just be 1 battle. So minimal of pressure applied over towards A, and now it's on. This is a dicey situation. This is exactly what SK wants.
coldzera and Taco have pretty much put down the trap. But Q's got a little bit of room. Phelps is watching it, but from a deeper angle. Who's going to succeed? That's what it comes down to. And the first man to strike, it's coldzera. And of course, he will get a follow-up. Keo wants to get into the action, but he's finding no luck here until then. Phelps goes down, but by this point, FaZe have lost so much. Only 2 players to try and turn the odds between Carrigan and Nico. Opportunities are not coming through.
Yeah, when those first kills come out for coldzera, you can see. Normally when this hit is on, you'll see a smoke, a Molotov over towards sandbags. You'll see something up above, but there's none of that for the FaZe team in this round, and they just get demolished from range. Great rotation for SK. Great trap set up right outside the door, and it's too easy for coldzera. A couple kills, he's got Taco baiting for him. And the round's pretty much over at this point, as soon as those kills come out.
Oh, we do get the AWP for Fallen as well. Always a nice touch. On the other side, very little else now for FaZe. They know that their money's been quelled. You're not going to be able to get much more than a couple of upgraded pistols. But again, if you get it maybe an AWP away or something else, you always feel good about it. That's always a nice silver lining, even if you don't get the round.
Fur being aggressive still, but he's got chances to fall back, chances to find cover, and he's... Oh, wow! Fur is so on point, and that's got to be so frightening. He continues it. Fur, he's going for the ace in this 4th round. No, they don't have armor, but he still makes it look so good.
Even the Na'Vi fans have to appreciate that one.
Yeah.
Not too bad there, is it? Fur. It was just that 3rd shot.
The fadeaway.
Such control. What, he had 6 bullets? He lands that?
It's great.
That's sublime.
I mean, what a player if he's going to be performing in this bathrooms area, if this is where he's going to be stationed on the defense. Like, that's such a critical portion of the map. What a beast he can be there. He can cause so much damage, so much havoc in what the FaZe team wants to do. We've seen they've had a priority of clearing out those bathrooms, so if they're going to go right at Fur when he's playing like this, that could spell, I mean, just a loss right there. Fur is one of those players.
FaZe this time at least do have the AWP now on Allo. They've got more utility. They've got way more to work with to create maybe a situation they can actually work with. So far it feels very controlled by SK. They seem very much large and in charge, and it's going to be Fallen, the first port of call. Not much coming on the first shot there. There are 4 players bearing in mind on the other side. He's got to be so careful.
Well, there's the pick from Alu. Fallen overextends just a little bit, so some life in the FaZe side. They have an advantage. That's very, very nice. And with that kill as well, I mean, first far back, Fallen was all on his own. They have complete control of this portion of the map, and they can push up even more. This is what they've been designed to do in these rounds. Saw it on the pistol as well, taking control this quickly and slowly encroaching over towards A. When do Fur and Phelps call for some backup? Smokes out just now. Those will last until just under 30 seconds.
coldzera's en route. They know what's happening, or at least they have a good idea towards it. They're going to commit. 35 seconds now. Taco's still over by B. Very alone, doesn't matter. He's going to keep control of that site as long as he needs to. 28 seconds now. Rain around that corner awaits a possible victor, but no, it's Carrigan who gets the strike done, but they're running very low on time here. Every corner contains a threat, and coldzera is one of them. He might be the final boss here. They don't check on it. He gets his way with 1. Down to 10 seconds now. Taco too far away. Can't change the situation. And FaZe in the final throes of that round finally get it on the board.
Great patience. Executed just at under 30 seconds, right when that smoke clears. FaZe not getting too nervous about it, even when the bomb site isn't completely theirs. Perfect timing on the pinch as well. Those long players coming in to grab that one last kill defending the bomb site. That's great stuff from FaZe. They're going to get their first on the board. It's helped out a little bit by Fallen getting picked off. That's a great find from Alu. They're going to have more of that. Still, SK is going to be a very strong buy into the next round. Plenty of money, as you can see up on the screen. And obviously, FaZe doesn't want to go hunting quite yet. They haven't established their own side this early on.
FaZe finally getting into this. See if another opener is going to come in the way of that again. Still, of course, going to have the AWP with Alu, this time with armor, with everything else beside it. On the other side, not such a great deal of cash flowing, but they're still fine. They've still got a little bit to fall back on here. SK, always nice to get those first couple of rounds of the board, build yourself up that bank, and the AWP's back out. Is there going to be the aggression from Fallen? Does he want to change it himself? Is he going to go for something more attentive? Last time, he fell back towards long pretty early on, but this time, playing by the stairs. Alu was the successor before. Surely not twice in a row.
Nico, his role in this offense is just to sit outside the B bomb site, give them a second option. That's a nice Molotov, and actually falling in Infer and risking the flames, and actually they start to burn a little bit. Q's been taken down, and yeah, still toying with fire. A little curious. Fur's gonna fall all the way back, and Fallen just grabs the angle with the AWP. Here's that duel again, him and Alu.
And the patience being shown by FaZe as well is lovely. Their attention to detail across the map, but Fallen still will finally come into this, winning that battle this time. Last time lost out. He wanted to make the difference for his side. Again, he's going back into this. Fallen, he wants to do it all. Just on the other side of that smoke, there are 3 players here, bearing in mind. Flash comes in. He will not move. He will not relent. He's going to hear all of this, and that could be the bomb. He doesn't see it, but that's a call made now. Information flowing through here.
Yeah, this area of the map is pretty much made for Fallen. He has all the info, and he can get aggressive. You can see behind those smokes. He knows what's coming. They haven't been able to cheat or rotate quite yet, so he's not certain Taco's going to be under attack. He gets 2 right through the smoke. Keel falls. FaZe Clan stopped again, and do they have anything to get into the site? It's got to be Rain, it's got to be Nico. 2 players you love in this situation, but coldzera finds him, and Nico has to be a hero. He has to go huge, and he just can't do it. SK a commanding lead, the response.
There's no heroes here, it seems, for FaZe. There's nothing coming through for them in that situation. This deny was so good.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, that's great play from Taco as well. Just staring into the wall until he hears the pop flash. That's so nice. And even all the information Fallen gets, it's not even required with that kind of a hold. That's beautiful. FaZe really struggling for openings. You think back to Alu finding Falu in the previous round, but this one, the flashbang isn't designed for that angle. Now we have a B rush.
Taco, enjoy yourself. Look at the damage coming in. The molly is perfect. And SK brush aside FaZe. And even with Karrigan, try as he may, there's no getting past Taco right now. He's the monster at the end of that tunnel.
Running through the Molotov on a B rush. Maybe just wanting to get that round over, get back to the guns, but there's really no chance of FaZe winning that one. So much damage taken from the fire. And still no timeout quite yet. 6-1 down. Still adhering to the plan, it would seem. What adjustments can Karrigan make? They haven't found enough openings on these slower paced defaults. That's again a pretty similar split. 1 player in underpass, 2 towards playground. Alu a little bit farther back with the AWP. Those smokes are allowing Rain to be this aggressive and clear everything out. But Fallen is still aggressive behind him.
It kind of needs to be quite quick with it. Karrigan did have the bomb in underpass. You don't want to get pinched there by someone playing up late. They had the smokes up, but again, a little bit of a different start to this, I guess, just purely having Rain and Karrigan in this spot. I wonder if they're going to maybe try and pressure B early, if they try and show presence, try and make him uncomfortable, use some of that utility. They've got plenty of options. Why don't they make it count, though? So we're going to find out. First one to fall. Oh, Fallen's even found Karrigan in the meantime. Not much of a reply, but Rain will at least try and fight the good fight as Fallen listens. He waits. He looks for the next piece of prey. It's coldzera to strike down another player by B, and the bomb scurries away.
Fallen and Fur, the 2 of them are stumping FaZe. Their presence in bathrooms is so difficult to stop at the moment. Fallen just being aggressive behind that smoke, and he can do that confidently. Oh, Alu doesn't spot it initially, but he does respond on a cold, gives him a little bit of a chance.
And it worries me where Nico is. It looks like Fallen's starting to wonder about this, considering back to he was by toilets before.
Yeah, I'll see your Nico. I'll raise you a Fur at the moment because he's cutting off the bomb right now. And Alu, I don't think he's going to be expecting this. That angle is so close to being spotted out. And this is the kill. This is the round right here. Whoever wins this battle, FaZe will have a chance or SK just ends it. And it's all Fur. Round over.
No time for Nico. The other 2 players from SK too far away for him to try and get the kills here. Keep hold of the orb. Look toward the future. Because right now the present isn't looking so good for FaZe. This has been a very rocky start. It looks like SK have come in and just reminded them, hey, this is our stage. We win here. We make it to finals. This isn't for you.
And also, we're not, if you think that yesterday was any indication of how we're going to be playing today, if you think you're going to have a chance just because Optic's able to take a map off us, you're crazy. 7-1 start for SK Gaming. That's so big, and it's not even really a rocky road for FaZe. It's like they haven't even built the road quite yet. They don't have an answer for anything. They haven't even had an opportunity unless SK gives it to him. That Fallen overextension. I was saying in that round, Fallen's able to be this aggressive towards bathroom because Fur's always watching the other angle. If Fallen's aggressive towards long, Fur's watching bathrooms. If Fallen's aggressive in bathrooms, Fur's watching long, making sure that his teammate is always covered. He can't get wrapped, he can't get flanked. And that's what allows Fallen to stick around until the smokes expire. And then, you know, since there's no real presence, FaZe doesn't think there's anyone there, and he's able to get picks, he's able to find kills, he's able to slow down these hits.
The timeout was called there from FaZe. Not surprising, we discussed that was probably coming in pretty soon, but the unpause is in. We are back underway at 7-1 though. It is very decisively looking good for SK, unless something brilliant now comes in for FaZe.
It's gonna have to be Nico. He's got the AWP. It's basically all they've got. A couple deagles on Keo and Rain.
Can't get away from him, can you? Just Fallen everywhere, it seems. Oh, maybe we'll try something different, maybe hit B fast. All right, we're on, you know, a lesser buy. Nah.
Again, I mean, it helps so much that obviously they've played with this core for so long. They've had so many different tactics through the changing metas over the years that they're at the point now where they can just go back to whatever they wanted. And obviously this is what you want out of an offer as well, especially if you're only going to have one. You want them to be mobile. You want them to change up things. They've seen him so many times over towards the A bomb site. And here's another look as well. Look at this setup.
It's so damn good. An obnoxious off angle from Fur. He spots it. Fallen now get the information passed back to him.
I don't think Kerrigan spotted him initially.
Not sure. Molly comes in. Now FaZe may be able to get a little bit of a pinch going here, but the only real danger man is Nico. Him having the AWP as well over Alu. Maybe feeling he can just be a bit more of a solo player with it, just do what he wants to. I don't doubt it. I'd never doubt Nico. Fallen though, spots him out, doesn't land the shot. Gives away his presence though. Molly goes in, tries to slow down the hit, but Kerrigan bulldozes through. Oh no, a miss from Fallen! But Phelps is there, in support, instantly. But this is getting a little bit worrying, this is getting a little bit shaky. And coldzera puts down his foot, and SK retain dominance.
Yeah, the defense bends but doesn't break. A chance there for FaZe to win one with the deagles, with the AWP, almost making their way in. Using their own smokes to really get close up and cover their attack, which is kind of a pretty cool idea, but yeah, just off the back of a couple misses from Fallen, that was a reality that could have come to pass. Either way, 1-8, they don't win it out. Kerrigan's gonna be back on the UMP. Dire times for FaZe. They need to start getting some rounds on the board. That round, at the very least, it helps them chip away at the economy because Fallen's got 11,000. He's built up some money, which is a dangerous prospect.
Really does get a little bit scary, doesn't it? Oh, we won't even expect it. Only one though. Good information for SK, however. Taco's going to feel like he wants into it. Fallen in the meantime, constantly. He's always at work, isn't he? He never wants to take away anything less than the best. So, Fur waiting now as well. Flash comes in, turns it, but not quick enough to readjust. Rain pounces. We're into a 3v3. Finally, a bit of an even situation that they could maybe work with. Yeah, that one feels like a little bit of a mistake from Fur. Him and Fallen have been working together so well this half, but he sticks around when Fallen has to rotate to a new angle. I don't know if that's miscommunication or just maybe a poor decision. Remains aggressive, and that gives away the advantage. Now onto this B hit. Phelps is getting aggressive as well. He spots one out. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Taco's there to peek with him though. It's all Rain. He's turning the corner, and Taco's just trying to buy time, and he's doing it so well. There's the headshot. Rain gets clotheslined around the corner. Fallen not even needed. It looked close for a second. It looked like such a situation FaZe could normally win, but what's going wrong here, Jason? Because something is for FaZe. It's just, or is it just going so right for SK?
The first part of the problem is that it feels at the moment with Fallen's opping towards bathrooms and his aggressive stances, that half of the map is just closed off. And you can't play this map if half of it just isn't available to you, especially when your opponents have this kind of money. And now look at the aggression as well. And you can kind of see it in how FaZe is posturing in this round. They don't want to go anywhere near A. And it's aggression from everyone. Fur's pushed up, Phelps as well. They're going to have very quick flanks if this is an execute towards the B bomb site. They're taking advantage of FaZe's fear.
I see two mollies. I think Astralis, I look at you, Kerrigan, and wonder. It's about to come in. coldzera and Taco already actually backing away quite passively. You can see coldzera's out by Graffiti. They're going to get off the site. Well, maybe not. Maybe coldzera will not give up anything. Taco going to join in. He wants the action too. Alu's the only one to succeed, but it may not really change much. At least Alu will get an AWP, but by now, you need more than that. And coldzera gives you nothing.
Yeah, this is getting dirty. Another timeout is called from FaZe. It seems like everything's going right. Blind, he spots him just before he gets blind, so it's just a little bit fortunate to get that second kill. But how sick is this defense? So many good reads, and SK know they've won so many battles towards the A side of the map. They can start getting a little bit more aggressive. They can start getting a little bit more risky with their stances, with their setups. FaZe has no answer, even out of these timeouts.
And it's weird to think, isn't it? Because you've got the mind, you've got the cerebral approach from Carrigan, who can put, you know, the kind of chessboard of his players in the right place. He can put wherever he wants, and they have the firepower. None of this is ringing true. None of it's sticking.
Well,
SK is just trumping it.
You got the same thing on the other side of the server, right? So, I mean, that really is. You have the same advantages, and at the moment on this kind of a map, starting on the CT side, Fallen as an AWPer is just very, very powerful. Here's Further. They want to go back to it. It wasn't spotted out. The M4 does some damage. That's Nico down to half, and looking for tapping away. He's brought two players solo, can't find the kills, but they're scared to face. They don't have the HP for it, and there's Nico. Finally, when the clip runs out, and coldzera has just been biding his time. Hasn't moved an inch.
So deadly in what he does. The damage dealt is pretty hefty. Ooh, finally a bite back from FaZe. 2 fights won throughout the map, and now coldzera, though, can ruin all this. Oh god, that's the bomb! This could be perfect! SK now have to just lock it down. Can he fight back in? Alu, would you dare? Would you consider this? coldzera, he gets it. No! Alu denies again! This is good. 3 players now. Taco having to make his way around towards A. Looking around, trying to find out if anyone's made it down that far. They have limited information. And now he has to choose. He has to pick his poison. Where do you want to try and stop this flood? Taco sits patiently. The 3 players edging towards him. He's got to find it. Oh, he spots them. He knows what's happening, and he can't do anything about it. It's Alu at the helm, fighting back for FaZe.
You could almost hear a hush as all the FaZe fans chanting up until that part happens. Taco, I think they spotted him out as well. Alu just grabs the angle, pin him down behind that truck. Either way, you don't mind the aggression of the SK side. Obviously, it would have been so nice if Fur was able to finish off a couple of those kills a little, like, at all, cleanly. Those would have been great. Either way, it looks like they want to go back to it again. This time it's just the AWP, the flashback. Nice job from FaZe Clan keeping that up throughout this half. But they still haven't solved this beast. They still haven't solved Fallen, just sitting back, using the angles. That's next up. The only 2 rounds that FaZe have won have come off aggression from the SK side, giving up, you know, one of those kills, trying to push up across the map, trying to find something themselves from the CT side. When SK have been a little bit more measured and a little bit more reserved on the map, that FaZe has no response.
They are operating on such a high level throughout this map right now. Nico, everyone really towards this side of things. Alu and Rain have already edged over towards B. You've got Carrigan behind Kyo. This could be a set piece towards that B side with maybe a late lurk from Nico or to deny their flank. They have no opportunities. SK are giving them so little to play with here. Boost comes in for Alu. Doesn't quite make it to the barrels.
Nico's playing a lurking role on this map. There's a lot of pressure right now towards the B bomb site. And he was watching for the flanks, but unfortunately his teammates can't get a kill while he's in that position. So he's going to fall off of it now. But still, they have no map control. They have no real presence over towards A, but this is a huge battle. Fallen versus Nico. Fallen misses the shot. He's going to go back for more. I don't think Nico realized that the flick doesn't land either. Nico takes him down. Now the defense have to shift, and now this B bomb site is susceptible.
It's coldzera and Taco. They haven't moved yet. They're still in spot. You can see them waiting, try and create that crossfire. The first man to strike is Taco. Rain falls. Oh, Kyo's got as well. The bomb trying to be planted, and coldzera says no. And there it is, SK. They get tested. They lose Fallen finally, but they still stand.
What a performance from Taco. 2 kills, creates the space needed for coldzera to make the play. They're working together so well on this defensive side at the B bomb site, and FaZe just can't get into a site, can't find the entries. They've had almost no success whatsoever. This is great stuff, managing both angles, and the pounce right at the end. Alu has no ability to cover his teammate with the AWP, set up very, very far back, not expecting his 2 riflers to fall. 11-2.
Timeout for FaZe, but
they're down to the point where they basically have got to have such a weak buy again. They have not been able to get any money built up.
No, they're kind of screwed in this. This purchase isn't going to be great, but they're going in on it.
They have to at this point. They only have 2 rounds. You need more than that against SK.
Yeah, let's see what they bring in here. Galil for Keo. Halu up on the AK. Nico got a rifle too. And then a Tech 9 and a P250. That's all she's going to write about this one. Does Fur fancy his odds? No, he's very alone here actually. It's pretty much only Fur on this side early on.
Nico, look how aggressive this is. We just saw a tweet from Sponge saying FaZe need to take more fights. Nico wants to do it, and he's brought down to 4. So, it doesn't always go according to plan, does it?
That's what happens when you listen to Sponge. I kid. 4 HP though for Nico. It's that annoyance, isn't it? You've got to try and be assertive, be aggressive, and instantly you get punished without any reward. Incredibly frustrating, I can imagine, for him, but a man of caliber.
At least they've gained some ground, right? They've taken control of bathrooms finally without losing anybody. Yes, Nico's down to 4 HP, but still a presence on the map. Rain dueling it out with a Tech 9. He needs to be careful he doesn't get lured into a duel with that AWP, but still, they've had this since over a minute, since about 1:15. They've had this kind of map control. The decision becomes, what do you do from here?
And there is an army of SK towards A. There's no silver lining for FaZe. They're going to have to go in against the entirety of SK almost. Taco's even close by. I think Coldzera's fallen off it a bit, but it's fallen. It's always going to be fallen. And Carrigan feels when he can bring the pressure finally brought back though. FaZe succeeding in some aspects, but the bomb's nowhere near close. Rain is in there and Alu's alone. He's pushing towards bank. The bomb's going to go in finally. 20 seconds now. Bomb should be planted unscathed, but it's retake time for SK, and they are good at this.
Yeah, the boost up gets 1. Coldzera can't win his duel. Alo's brought down solo, and he's got to change position. The smoke is still up. Oh, Phelps right through the fence. Insult to injury. It's Keo in a 1-on-2. FaZe need this if they want any chance for a comeback.
It's all on his shoulders. They know it. He knows it. The tag comes in. It's not good enough. He knows that. But time's still ticking. The clock, he takes the fight. He had to try and make a move. And SK just looking dominant so far. This is seeming like they want those finals. They want it in 2. They don't even want FaZe to get going.
When FaZe is able to get close up towards that A bomb site and do a proper execute on it when they get that positioning, they've found success. That seems to be a little bit of a weakness. That round, SK had everything set up perfectly. They had 3 players at the A bomb site, and they had 2 players boosted up, you know, right at the start to the rotation. So they had a big lean towards the A site. But Fallen's position is watching long and the stairs, so it's basically down to timing. And that time he gets 1 kill and then loses the timing battle. That's a pretty weak setup when you have that much of a lean. FaZe can make that work, just the retakes are so strong from SK.
But gonna assert dominance towards Underpass. And look at the damage again. He gets 1 and then almost takes down Rain with him. That's so much.
That's got to be so frustrating. It's just like, are you kidding me? He even gets the dink in the follow-up. The scout, Nico, the mental game is slipping. Focus is dropping after this much. And Fallen another tag as well through the wall. Should be a pretty easy cleanup for Phelps.
This is brutality. Phelps is there, set up nicely by the others, damaging, wounding FaZe. And Keo, again, you're left with so little to make something happen with. Tags come in, he just accepts his fate. And at 13-2, FaZe have felt the full force of what SK can bring when they get to these semi-finals. This is their arena, and my God, do they know how to play to it.
Yeah, that's just SK putting them in their place so early on. FaZe didn't even want to take fights by the end of that half. Huge start for SK, 13-2 in the semifinals.
13-2, a dominant first half here for SK. They came out and they've made a point. There's no other way to put it. They have really turned up the heat.
They had no problems in that half. I mean, Taco's at 16, coldzera's at 16, and they weren't even the ones that you felt like had the most impact. It really felt like Fur and Fallen's presence was like, there was just no answer to it. And because of that, they were just fed over to the other guys who were just playing so well together. This map was cut in half essentially for FaZe, so now they're on their own CT side. And SK, they just want to end it. Look at the B rush, but Nico, 2 quick headshots. He wants this match, he wants to make the comeback, and can he get more?
He needs to be precise, he needs to be quick, and Karrigan's there, as is his teammates. They are finally warming into this. It's only the first round, but they needed it. They needed everything. coldzera in a 1v5 is trying to make it a little costly at least.
Great shots from Nico. He stops this before it even begins. You can see SK, I mean, they really did just want to close this match out in the pistol round right for the throat, but Nico holds him at bay. So yeah, coldzera, he's just got too much. Even with over a minute, the bomb is down, too many angles. There's one. He'd have to win so many clean battles to have the HP to clean this one out.
Yeah, it's coldzera still. And he finds Keo. You can't take damage in these fights though. If you can somehow get some more 1v1s. I don't want to say maybe. I don't want to do it. Thank you, Alu. He keeps things the way it should be, the world turning the right way. And FaZe finally get that clean round on the board.
Yeah, that was great from Nico. 2 shots, second one a little bit blind as well. Taco's got to be feeling a little unlucky there. Will be interesting to SK. I mean, they're playing into this round, which is kind of cool. I mean, they have such a massive lead that you don't really need to do this. Why not just go into the 4th round and have everything you could want? You can see the odds have gotten a little bit more spread out as this game has gone on, considering that first half.
Yeah, in case you missed it the first time, we have a little throwback, so you can always keep tabs on it. SK though, buying a couple of pistols, bit of armor by it. And Fur's been given a lot of room here.
He has, and actually he's just strolled up into this like it was no big deal, which is kind of crazy to think about. Obviously, nerves not affecting him a whole lot on this stage. Fallen's the next one up. And they do have 2 smokes. There are no flashbangs, but they can block off some choke points, prevent rotations from coming in, and indeed it seems like FaZe, at least Alu is playing deep on the open, not expecting that whatsoever. A dink onto Alu. They go down. This is a disaster for FaZe.
So explosive coming through this SK. They didn't want to slow down for a second. It's retake time and it's awkward, it's uncomfortable. They can be close, that smoke, everything is now a threat and the clock begins to tick. Taco watching close. Phelps just slightly further back and Fur up on coldzera, and Fallen watching the flank. Karrigan, the first man to step out, makes noise, and it's good. He will find Taco. That's the first domino to fall. Will any follow suit? He's going to chase right down. He's being so aggressive. He needs to be, but he gets picked up. Phelps is straight away there, and it's Keo and Nico watching as it all crumbles down. FaZe finally had a shot, and it's heartbreak.
Yeah, I mean, there's no even real warning that hit is coming in. It's just Phelps swinging out wide. Rain is thinking he wants to get a little bit aggressive. Maybe he'll know the hit is coming when a smoke peers out. He hears a footstep, but it's too late by that point. And if you ever want to watch how to play a post plant, even in a 5-on-3, SK does it perfectly. Every single position. I mean, Taco's close up, but outside of that, the other 4 players have so many different crossfires set up. No chance of winning that retake for FaZe. And that's got to be gutting. The high of winning that pistol down to the low of losing the 2nd round.
It just doesn't feel possible, does it? It
yeah,
feels
it
like something's working against you.
Yeah.
Because FaZe did everything really nice on that first round. You had Nico doing really well, never let coldzera in, and then suddenly you're right back at that first half. You haven't shaken that feeling. It's all come back around. This time SK back in control, money, guns, whatever they need now starts working, but FaZe have to actively make a change. They have to find a way into this. Nico, Keo, the 2 brave players to make the first couple of moves, try and retain this map, even with little as they have.
Oh, there goes Karrigan, that's a tough spot. Rain is still a little aggressive. Alu's gonna fall back and wrap around. SK just has everything covered at the moment. Taco's shifted away from the B bomb site. He's just an underpass. They're gonna group up towards the safe bomb site. There's another kill. This is just SK being so patient, allowing the aggression of FaZe, just basically allowing them to fall on their own sword. This round's gonna be pretty easy.
Sadly, with a scoreline like that, it looks like this whole map so far has been easy. It doesn't necessarily tell of some of what's happened. You know, there has been moments, but FaZe it just never felt they got the ball rolling. I haven't seen much out of them. And if it keeps going this way, we won't get to see maybe that turnaround or that closer end to the game. Barely getting a glimpse of the CT side. coldzera is going to ensure that as NiKo is no longer breathing. And the last man is Keo, and I guess you kind of want that army on the 5-7, but you also don't want to be sitting there against 15 rounds against you, but your options are highly limited.
Yeah, I mean, this is... Listen, this map feels like it's just, I mean, it's just over. I'll just say it. Let's get it all out in the air. This map is done with. You're not going to be...
Are we being honest?
You're not going to win 12 rounds straight against SK, even on the CT side of Overpass. It's just such a difficult thing to do. And FaZe haven't had answers for any of this on both sides of the map right now.
With every tick of that bomb, FaZe get reminded they've only managed to scratch the surface here. 3 rounds against the 14. As SK have come into this meaning business.
This is such a far cry from all the other battle these two teams have had recently. It's like,
how is this the game we're having in the semifinal right now?
You think finally like FaZe has lost a couple, and it's like, all right, they're going to overcome them eventually. It's just a progression. It's going to build up to that. Kerrigan's going to figure it out. FaZe is going to figure out how to take these guys, even switching up the different maps that are going to be played, and FaZe is just getting absolutely battered.
This is the thing, isn't it? Fairy tales aren't real, and it's not always the quote-unquote good guys who are going to win it. You know, it's the dream for FaZe to finally overcome the adversary, to come over the bad guy for them, which is SK. And right now, it ain't happening, is it? Rain, though, is going to draw first blood as Fur. Going to suffer. And coldzera wanting to try and get back in, try and take it further, try and pull his team back into that assertive position.
Even in a 4-on-5, an advantage in the weaponry, but FaZe is happy to take that at least 1 kill and just fall away back to the bomb site. Raid is brought very low. Alu is now brought low. Kerrigan is about half HP. Even stopped. He's surrounded as well, but he's going to win that fight. Never stops running. Gets the angle on Phelps, who couldn't adjust in time. Bomb is still very far back, but SK still have a minute.
Kerrigan's trying what he can. You could see the desperation, the want to try and turn this. SK 3 players, like a pack of wolves, start prowling around. coldzera at the forefront. Rain and Keo going to try and stop him, but stopping this man isn't easy as it sounds. NiKo pushing all the way up. Great information gathered. He knows somewhat what's happening, but coldzera gets the information. He even gets attacked. Rain's very low now. Could maybe work. Oh, sensational shot from coldzera. Such poise. As Fallen's got his back as well, but will they expect that other man there? Keo could be a little bit of a nasty surprise for them, but no, they still bully their way through. Molly goes in. Will it be coldzera and Fallen to confirm that this map is all but a nightmare for FaZe?
Alu's got to hold strong. He does have a teammate flanking around back. NiKo does so much damage. He gets 1 kill. It's traded. 8 seconds left on the clock. It's going to be a fake play. He's trying to bait him out. Fallen around the smoke. He's got to get the kill, but he has no idea where Alu is. Speeding up. No. Oh, he almost gets it. He does in the end, finally. Alu lost in the smoke. A former ninja. Doing it once more.
Oh, that was a little terrifying, wasn't it? 1 second before, you could have seen that happening, couldn't you?
You thought he was going to tap it.
Just for the sake of trying. You have no other time left. You have no other option.
Might as well go for it.
Yep. And, well, he waited a second too long. Now, okay, let's see what FaZe's money is like. It's not great. It's actually very far from great. It's pretty darn awful.
At least they have the rifles. They just don't have the utility. This could be it. NiKo, he's pushing up first and spotted it yet. He comes right through, and Fur finally does adjust. Taco with the assist. So 5-on-4, NiKo trying to make a huge play for his team. I mean, that's just the fact that they know without the utility, they cannot outlast SK in this round, trying to find some information that'll allow them to cheat, allow them to get any advantage.
No, SK can fall back. They've got a nice advantage to build with. They can build back into this round. They still have all their utility. They have that nice upper hand in that department as well. They're going to check their way through, though. It's going to take a little bit of time, bearing in mind they haven't had much of a look towards this side of the map just yet, so clearing every corner en route, allowing a safer avenue of approach. The main threats containing it will be Rain and Alu. And there's the first bit of contact. I think Fallen's seen him. He's made a couple of shots, exchange, and Rain and Alu now having to be a little bit nervous about this.
And Phelps is moving in a position to prevent the fallback, and that's perfect. As soon as Fallen calls it out, Phelps get a little bit more aggressive towards Fountain. Great information, great response as well to the information. It's one thing to have it, one thing to make the right play. Still very slow across the map. Alu, the only one in the A-bomb site. Taco in the underpass. He might get tested here. And he does, but he wins it.
Yeah, passing with flying colors is Taco. Gonna close this one out in style, more than likely.
Taco's been doing that on this map for SK since he joined the team, since time began, it feels at this point. He's been so good at preventing aggression in the B bomb site, and that's it. SK Gaming is gonna take map 1 of the semifinals.
And that looks so well-rounded.
Yeah.
You came into it, I know a lot of people, you know, think with their heads, their hearts, it didn't matter. SK Gaming didn't care what you thought about them. They've just,
No, they certainly
they've just
didn't, did they?
broken through this game.